What's up, guys? I'm here to give you guys a video about how I quit dipping, chewing tobacco. Um, well, let's talk about how I got into it. I was about 14 years old in middle school, 7th grade, and I was on the wrestling team, and that's where I was introduced to it. A lot of wrestlers were doing it. It was like the bad, cool thing to do when really it's not. It's not a cool thing to do. It's a bad thing to do for your body, for your future, for a lot of things. But at the time when you're a kid, you don't know much better, and you're influenced by your peers, and you get a lot of stuff fed into you from what you see and what you're around. So that was my environment. I had a friend introduce me to it, said, hey, try this, it makes you feel buzzed, and sure enough, it did make me feel buzzed. Before wrestling practice, I tried it, and usually every time someone tries it, the first time, they get sick, they feel nauseous, they want to throw up, because it's such a rush. Like, it's 5 times as much as a rush as smoking a cigarette, which I was just doing socially at the time. Like, I never was a big smoker of cigarettes, but I was around people that did it, and I did it while they did it. But that I only did that for like 2 months, and I never really got into that. But dipping, chewing tobacco, yeah, man, I got hooked. I just started doing it a lot. My friend, one of my best friends, he had the supply. He was able to get a lot of dip, enough dip to dip every day. He was a dipper of every day, as well as a lot of other kids. Like, and that's not good. Like, that's a harsh substance. It really is on your gums. It pays a toll. It doesn't take long until you start seeing what it does to your gums and your mouth. Really. I dipped for 6 years from 14 to 20, and I quit about 2 years ago, and let me tell you, I don't miss it. I really don't miss it. I feel a lot better, and I'm happy that I quit, you know? There was so many times that so much bad stuff was brought to me and to my family from just doing it. I got in trouble at school. I made my mom cry when she found out multiple times. I made my dad disappointed. The rest of my family disappointed. They were scared for me. They were scared for my life, and they should be. That's love. They cared about me. And when you're a kid, you might think that everyone hates you because you're doing it, and you don't really know much better, and it's tough. I went through it, but it's just you guys can quit. You guys can do it. It's a choice and it's a decision. You know? I mean, I tried to quit many times. I tried to quit probably about 3 or 4 times until I successfully got off of it. Yeah, I used to dip Grizzly, Wintergreen, Copenhagen, Wintergreen, Stoker's Wintergreen, all that stuff. I started off doing the flavored stuff and stuff that tastes good, which is not good. They shouldn't make it taste so fruity that kids want to try it. I got out of that and I switched to the more harsher stuff, the minty stuff, and there's just it's really not good. Like, I remember one time I was with one of my ex-girlfriends at like a festival, carnival, and I used to stash my tins at my parents' house. I used to hide them, and I used to hide them behind like my dresser drawer. I used to pull out my dresser drawer for my socks, and I used to put the tins back on there and close the drawer, put it back in there, hoping no one would find it. But they did. My mom found it. My mom, so nice, she was cleaning my room and everything. She wanted to be really nice, clean my room. And she pulled out my dresser And then she found it. I got a phone call when I was at the carnival. I said, from my dad, I said, Maddie, your mother's crying. You've made your mother cry. What's going on with this chewing tobacco stuff? She's found like 10 tins and she's bursting into tears, can't stop crying. She thinks you're gonna die. I'm like, oh man, I love my mom so much. I don't want to see my mom cry. My mom's always been there for me through everything. And I just, the last thing I want to do is have my mom cry. I love my mom too much for that. And it was heartbreaking to see my mom cry and stuff like that. And I'm sure you guys will have to deal with that. You guys have been through that. And it's tough. Like, you don't, and it's just, every time I dipped, every time I was doing it, it's like, I knew it was bad. In the back of my mind, I knew that it gives people cancer. There's a huge warning label right on it that says causes mouth cancer. And I'd be happy when I got a tin that says it's addictive rather than the one that says mouth cancer, just for stupid little reasons. Not to remind myself of that, but like, when you, just every time you do it, knowing it's bad, you're just unconsciously doing it. Because when you're conscious enough to know that it's bad, that's when you're in control. So when you just blind out that smart side of you, that healthy side of you, that good, the best version of yourself, when you blind yourself away from that, you're choosing to be a worse version of yourself. It sounds weird, but it's true. It's like, I want to be the best version of me I can be, and every day is a struggle trying to do that, trying to make yourself better than before. But every time you make a bad decision like that, you're choosing that reality of you getting cancer. You really are. And I used to have my friends telling me, oh, it's so much better than smoking cigarettes. There's less to worry about. You're not going to be really affected when you run and stuff like that. You're not going to be huffing and puffing as much. But it's just, it hammers down on your mouth. It really does. Like, I knew people who dipped for just a few years, and they probably didn't brush their teeth good, and they had like holes in their gums. And geez, I don't want a hole in my gum. Just, I got nice teeth, and I don't have the best teeth, but I got nice enough teeth where I don't want to lose them. I think I'm a pretty good looking man, and it would really suck if I just have to get a huge chunk of my jaw taken off because I'm choosing to get buzzed a couple times a day. And it's not to think about it, it's so gross. The first time you do it, it's kind of gross, but if you do it enough, you just get used to this gross habit, and it stains your teeth yellow, gives you bad breath, it gives you heartburn, it makes your stomach ache. It's not good. The first couple times I tried to quit, like, I was clean for like 3 weeks. I was in a bad car accident, skateboard, and I was hit by a car, and I was seriously injured. And when I got back home from the hospital after a few days, like, I knew nicotine slows down your healing process, and like, I was really messed up. I wanted to heal as quick as possible. I was into all kind of sports, and I was all taken away from me for a long chunk of my life, through my childhood, and I just wanted to, I wanted to heal quicker, and so I decided to quit, and it was rough, you know, I thought about it a lot, and I still had all those empty tins. I used to save my empty tins for some stupid, or a lot of people like to do it, build pyramids and all that. I got to the point where I was fiending so hard for it, like after 2 weeks clean, I went, you know, behind my dresser with the socks, I pulled out all my empty cans, and there was just crumbs on it, crumbs on each can. And I was fiending so hard that I literally scooped up all the crumbs out of each tin, and I just made a cocktail of a pinch, and I did it. And then when I did it, it was kind of like a relief, but then I felt so horrible. I felt like, damn, all that motivation and quitting for nothing, for like the nastiest lip of my life, the driest, nastiest lip ever. And it's like, I can't believe I was fiending that hard for it. It's terrible. And I got back hooked into it a little bit, and then I quit again, and then I got back on it. I was dipping 5-6 times a day, every day, for like almost 6 years straight. I'm so lucky. I was praying to God every day that I didn't get cancer, that I didn't get affected from it. And it's tough, you know. Every time I got like, you bite your lip when you're eating something. Sometimes you don't realize it. You bite your lip in your sleep or something. You wake up, and if you're a dipper, you think, oh shit, is this cancer? Is this white spot cancer? It stings, it hurts, it's swollen, there's a white patch there. It kind of looks like a bite mark, but am I sure it's a bite mark, or is it the start of cancer? I didn't want to live like that every day. I wanted to take that option away and just know I just bit my lip and it's not cancer. Yeah. Anyways, I kind of quit because I knew I saw young people like me, 20 years old, getting cancer, and they only did it for like 2 years. I did it for 6 years, like 3 times as much they did. And I feel lucky that I didn't get it. I did get affected from it. My gums are seated. They got lower. They were taller and they got lower. And the back of my teeth, the back of it, they got stained, and the dentist had to clean it up. But it's not good for your enamel. It's not good for any of that. It's going to put holes in your mouth, whether you like it or not. It's just, when is it going to do it? You're not safe anytime you do dip or chewing. You're eventually going to get cancer. And it's not okay. You don't want to live like that. My future, I want to have kids. I got a baby on the way, and I'm so blessed. Beautiful girlfriend, gonna have a beautiful baby girl, my daughter. I'm so happy. And I'm so glad I'm not doing that anymore. And life is so much better, let me tell you. Like, if you got the urge to dip, just realize that your life will be so much better without it. And just distract yourself. Watch something. Start watching a new series on YouTube. There's a lot of cool content on YouTube. Like, when you get the urge, just do that. Do some push-ups. Do 10 push-ups or something. Get your mind off of it. And just try to stick through and stay strong. You guys got this. I'm on break for work, though. I gotta get back. My phone's gonna die soon. I'm kind of new to this YouTube stuff. I watch a whole lot of YouTube. And I want to become a YouTube channel, a big YouTube channel eventually. It's going to take some work. It's going to take a lot of time and effort, but I think I can do it. The content's going to be such a variety, because I got so many ideas, and it's just going to be a mixed match of a whole bunch of stuff. Anyways, thanks for listening, guys. I'll post more. This is just my story of how I quit dip and why I wanted to quit dip and why you guys should quit dip towards a better life. More happiness for sure. Anyways, thank you guys. Peace out. Talk to you next time.